Hello everyone, we're continuing on in Aviary Attorney. So like I said in the last episode, I went back to the Tuesday, and there's two things I want to try. I'm going to try to go to the bar to see if there's anything new, and then I'm going to the Chocolate Emporium to ask about the judge. So hopefully, if I found out anything important in this one, then I could use that to go to the chocolate person too. So what are we doing today? Playing fly, broke. Maybe, let's see. I wonder if I could talk to them, not have to play cards, but... Not today. Dang it, no. Okay, so this was a wasted trip. Alright, let's go to the chocolate place then. Hopefully that will be the last wasted day. Blah, 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 blah. Same as usual. Blah, blah. And then, who bought that piece of chocolate? Blah, 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 blah. Alright, Mr. Major... Or Judge Romulus, I meant to say. Have you ever served a hairy wolf in judicial robes named Judge Romulus? Yeah, finally! Thank you! I was right when I wanted to ask him that, but it was wrong to ask him last. Yes, monsieur. Alright, have you ever served... Wait, did you just say yes? Yes, monsieur. A wolf in judicial robes. I did serve a person like that a little while ago, on the 6th of January, to be precise. Did he say or do anything suspicious? Not that I recall him, monsieur. He was a pleasant fellow, big toothy grin. Bought 200 grams of classic dark Belgian chocolate with a custom filling. A custom filling? Some type of caramel. He provided it himself, although he unfortunately did not bring enough for me to sample. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, we shouldn't make assumptions. It may just mean that the judge liked to eat chocolates, or that he stuck the poison in there himself, and finally we have the proof that we needed to move on to that trial. Through that trial, I should say. But if the judge's purchase is related to the wrapper at the crime scene, then... Monsieur Hagelslack, do you think I could get a copy of Judge Romulus's receipt? I can do you one better, monsieur. I have the original right here. I keep them for tax purposes, do you understand? Is it okay for us to take it, monsieur? Absolutely. Memorizing the receipt's contents is trivial after all. Thank you. Thank you. Would you look at this thing? Judge Romulus signed it in green ink. Green ink. I knew Judge Romulus was shady, but only truly villainous people write in green. Thank you very much for your time, Monsieur Hagelslack. You have been enormously helpful. I'm glad to be of service. I wish you the best of luck with your case, monsieurs. Thank goodness. So that was the one crucial piece of evidence that I absolutely knew I needed to get, that I just never had the chance to get. So now, finally, we can wrap up this trial. And I knew from the moment that I saw him that Judge Romulus was guilty of something. Whether it be fixing the case or actually committing the murder was two different things, but still. So yeah, we've gone through this. I think I'll just kind of skip ahead of this to get to the trial, and then I'll see you guys when we get back to the trial, because you know what's going to happen. So yeah, see you guys in a bit. Alright everyone, so we're back finally, and now we can finally wrap up this case with the two absolute pieces of evidence. So, one. I know this pen belongs to Judge Romulus, and yeah, you didn't miss much, it was just literally right back up to this point. That much is obvious. But if I were to present it right now, it wouldn't prove anything. I have to find the... yeah. What are you waiting for? Defense shows the blah, blah, and boop. I think you should take a look at this, Severine. Me? You don't trust in the trust it in the judge's hands? What? What is it? What does that piece of paper say? This is a receipt for a box of chocolates from Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium on the 6th of January, made out to a man named Romulus. The writing upon the receipt is clear. A man named Romulus bought chocolates on the day before the murder. These chocolates happen to have been the same brand and flavor as the ones that were used in the royal assassination attempt by By itself, this evidence would not be definitive, but I would only suggest that the judge has something of a sweet tooth. But taken in conjunction with the Mademoiselle's updated testimony, that would imply that the judge was directly involved in the assassination attempt. Judge Romulus, do you have anything to say about this? Yep. That receipt's not mine. I haven't stepped foot in a chocolate shop in years. You cannot be serious. The receipt is indisputable proof of your purchase. Indisputable? Watch me dispute it. What you have there is a scrap of paper with the word Romulus scrawled on it. Is it a forgery? Are there simply two men named Romulus living in Paris? I don't have a clue. What I do know is that you have nothing to prove that I was the one who signed that receipt. This is absurd. Do you want me to dig up court documents with your signature so we can undertake a handwriting analysis? That wouldn't be possible. I believe His Honor uses a rubber stamp for signing off on official court documents. That would be correct. Well, it's no matter. I don't need the judge's signature. I already have, in my possession, proof that the signature on the receipt belongs to Judge Romulus. His pen. Oh, but first things first. I believe you dropped your pen, Your Honor. Oh yeah, that's mine. Thanks. I've been looking for that thing everywhere. I thought as much. Madames and messieurs, last night I was assaulted outside of Salpêtrière Hospital. I did not see the assailant's face, but I did accidentally grab something from their garments as I was thrown into the scene. Oh, so that's why you smell of fish. I wanted to say something, but I thought it might be rude. This fountain pen is the very item I grabbed. Did I say that pen was mine? On closer inspection, I see I must have been mistaken. Save it, Your Honor. I'm not here to press assault charges. What interests me most about this pen is the ink it contains. It is emerald green in color. And as we all know, only baddies write in green. Well, yes, but more importantly, it's a rare and unusual choice of ink color. I would venture that only a dozen people in all of Paris are arrogant enough to write in green. And I would venture that only one of those arrogant people's name is Romulus. So, Judge Romulus lacks respect for classic penmanship. What of it? Take another look at that chocolate receipt, Severine. That receipt is signed with emerald green ink. It certainly is quite a coincidence. No, there is no more room for coincidence. There is no more doubt. There is only one narrative that can tie this ridiculous string of evidence together. On the 6th of January, you, Judge Romulus, bought a box of chocolates with custom filling. The custom filling contained poison originating from the flowers of Mademoiselle Cain, the street seller who owed you a debt. On the 7th of January, you, Judge Romulus, leveraged that debt to force the girl to present the poisoned chocolates to the king. Then an idiot of a man by the name of Juan framed himself as the murderer in order to take the fall in Mademoiselle Cain's stead. You pushed for Juan's guilt by priming a witness, Monsieur Toussaint Kingley. And when that failed, you presented Mademoiselle Cain to take full responsibility for the crime. That is the only narrative that makes sense. Admit it. Fine, I do admit it. I did it. I purchased the chocolate. I added the poison. I put a peasant girl in debt just so I could force her to take the fall. I was the only one who wanted the king murdered. But there is not a damn thing any of you can do about it. I am the one who holds the gavel. I am the one who passes sentences. With a snap of my fingers, I could have each and every one of you guillotined at the palace. Austerlitz. Before nightfall. Who judges the judge? Who stands above me? Nobody, not even God, can condemn me when I sit so highly. Except attempting to murder a king, corrupting the Cour des Assises. What an utterly repulsive individual. Don't touch me, you dirty pig. You have no authority over me. He doesn't, but I do. Take him away, Inspecteur. I'm not done. I'm not done with any of you. You're all guilty. You'll see. A revolution is coming. The rebels will overrun Paris. The king and the government will fall. The bourgeois will be slaughtered. We shall have a glorious second republic. A republic of free class. A republic free of class, where everyone is free and equal. Hey, don't touch me! Just another ranting lunatic, Your Majesty. Ignore him. Of course. Carry on, Inspecteur. Well, that took a turn. I mean, we kind of expected it, but still. What? What happens now? I guess I'm supposed to take over for the president judge's duties? Well, given the surprising series of revelations that just took place, we believe that the results are clear. We find the defendant, Prince Juan Corrido, to be cleared of all charges. We therefore find the defendant not guilty. And so down comes the confetti. Yay! Except we still lack the confetti. Boo. Anyway. What? What happens to me now? Mademoiselle, it is clear that you were coerced. However, you still played a significant role in the king's assassination attempt. By all rights, you must be tried for your crimes. I see. I cannot argue. But, as it happens, due process was not followed during this trial session. Judge Remulus thoroughly disrupted the proceedings. Consequently, I believe that most of the testimonies given during this trial session would not be seen as valid in a court of law. What does that mean? You're saying you're free to go. Correct. As a prosecutor, I see no crime to prosecute. Really? Thank you so much, monsieur. And thank you, messieurs. Without your help and assurance, I don't know where I would be right now. So, are my parents really in Vienna? I think so, but you would have to ask the Fox for details. I don't know exactly what he arranged. Although now that Judge Romulus poses no threat, I suppose your parents would be free to move back to Paris. Actually, I may follow them to Vienna. You need a holiday after all this drama? Well, yes, but I also want to get away from here before the fighting starts. You mean the revolution Judge Romulus mentioned? He doesn't seem mentally stable. Pay him no mind. It's not just him, monsieurs. In the streets, everyone talks of an uprising. If you were smart, you would clear out of here too. Thanks for the concern, mademoiselle. But we're far from smart, so we're staying put. I see. Then good luck, monsieurs, and farewell. Maybe we can meet again when this has all blown over. Wait, mademoiselle, don't you want to have a quick celebratory drink? Oh, she's gone. So I guess it's just you and me, and the fox, right, Falcon? That sounds good, Sparrow Son. Take Prince Juan back to the Aviary office. I need to sort out some paperwork with Severin. Okie dokie. I suppose a congratulation is in order, or congratulations are in order. Uncovering the truth is in the way that you did. It was quite a feat. Everything went far better than I could have hoped. But you surprised me at the end with a little lie of yours. Lie? This trial's testimonies are completely invalid. Bullcock. You and I both know that this trial has produced ample valid evidence for Mademoiselle Cain to be detained and retried. Even with the coercion accounted for, I bet she would still be found guilty of conspiracy or accessory to murder. So why are you holding back? 10, maybe 5 years ago, I probably would have persecuted Mademoiselle Cain. When I was fresh out of law school, I thought my role as prosecutor was to condemn every potential criminal that came my way. I thought, if the guilty person ends up behind bars, or on the hanging dock, then justice has been served. But as I gained experience, I started noticing the details. The details? The extenuating circumstances, the personal considerations. The gaps in the law, where, even when due process is followed to the letter, good people are punished, and wrongdoers are walk free. Like the ones we know. I hated it, so I changed my role. I decided that I would not strive to secure a guilty verdict, but to ensure that justice is served. I could prosecute Mademoiselle Cain, and she would definitely be convicted. But that would not serve justice. Indeed, you are a good lawyer. You are a good lawyer, Cocorico. Well, you're not terrible, Falcon. So I'm not sure if I should do the Spanish voice or normal. I guess Spanish, because he's doing that. I must congratulate you, Senor Falcon, and Senor Sparrow Son. Heh, what am I doing? Still using that old accent. Of course I meant, congratulations, Monsieur Falcon, and Monsieur Sparrow Son. It's no big deal. We were just doing our jobs. No. Your job ended when you proved my innocence. Everything after that was you going above and beyond your duties. Of course, I was counting on you to do so. A lesser lawyer would surely have stumbled or caved in. But before I forget, your payment. Which, by the way, just out of curiosity. Ooh, nice. Thank you, Monsieur Fulpes. This has been a strange case, but I'm glad that the truth came to light. I'll see you out. Wait, Monsieur Fulpes, before you go, something's been bothering me. Why did you come to us in the first place? Surely there are much more reputable lawyers out there who could have done a better job. Oh? More reputable than the falcon that stands before me? Yeah, Falcon's got a sucky track record. True he does, but, true he does have a mixed record, but his family name is hugely respected in the lawyering world. I choose Monsieur Falcon as my lawyer for that reason alone. Huh? Really? I've never heard of another lawyer named Falcon. Let's not go down this road, Monsieur Lopez. I don't go by my old name for that reason. That is fair. We should be fixated on the past. We shouldn't be fixated on the past, should we? After all, it's already been and gone. The future is where our potential lies. That's what we should be paying attention to. A storm is approaching fast. You mean the revolution that the crooked judge mentioned? Indeed. I dare say that the wolf is right. A rebellion is coming, one way or the other. Listen, Monsieur Falcon, you'll probably have a surge of work over the coming days. If you want me to dig up the dirt on anyone, please feel free to drop by my office anytime. That'll be really useful. Dig up the dirt? I am a private investigator. It's what I do. We'll bear it in mind. Thank you, Monsieur Volpes. Good day, Messieurs. I don't know why I keep adding an N. I'm going to get a drink. Seriously, Falcon? What? I was just going to ask if you wanted tea or coffee. And so we solved that mystery. And so, because I still have time, let us continue on with the next chapter and see what type of trial we're going to deal with in this case. Do I remember the July Revolution? Of course. How could I ever forget? The chanting, the violence, the smell of gunpowder. The 3 glorious days. And so the fights break out. I assume this is of the revolution that they were talking about, and the trials are going to be taken afterwards? Oh, jeez. Oh god, explosive barrel! The Sleeping City. Well, that was interesting. I can't believe he skipped work again today. Oops, I almost clicked the wrong thing. I swear, if I find that moping bird brain in Le Canard Jouet, whatever. Ah, finally, good morning, Falcon. Morning's but... No, wait, it's 2 in the afternoon. That means the official greeting is... Where the hell have you been, lazy bones? Ugh, it's far too early for this level of roasting. Past the Cabernet Sauvignon. No way, we've got important business to discuss. I can't do that if you're half drunk. Mon Dieu, give me a break. I haven't had a good night's sleep since the trial. Something on your mind? Actually, yes. It was what the wolf judge said about a revolution. Psh, that guy was off his rocker. And besides, if we worried about every potential French revolution, we would never get any work done at all. Am I right? Very true. Yeah, maybe you're right. Worrying doesn't do us any good. Tell me about the important business you wanted to discuss. Oh yeah, the business. A letter. This one's from the Paris Police Department. Fancy wax seal and everything. That is indeed a fancy seal. Well, go ahead, Sparrow Son. You may have the honors. All right. Monsieur Falcon, meet me on the rooftop cafe opposite the Palace de la Bastille. I have a proposal. Regards, Inspector Volerty. That's it. How terse. Has been added to your inventory. A proposal from the Inspector. Interesting. Do you have any idea what sort of proposal he has in mind? Not a clue. So, are we going to meet him and find out? May as well. I don't know what sort of proposal... What sort of proposal the Inspector has in mind, but we would be foolish to reject it without even hearing him out. Grab your coat. Alright, no dilly-dallying. I like it. Oh, but before I forget, I need to drop by the hospital at some point. What did you eat this time? No, it's not like that. Well, not entirely. I need to pay for the bill for my last visit. Oh, that's reasonable. Sure, we can pay the visit, but the Inspector's call should take priority, I think. And went to the Bastille, which I think is wall, isn't it? I'm not sure. Burr, it's far too cold to be meeting on a rooftop cafe. Why couldn't the inspector have chosen a comfier location? Who knows? Maybe the inspector likes the view because it reminds him of his days guarding the old Bastille under the Ancien regime? Wait, do you think the inspector worked here during the Ancien regime? Do you think that's how he got his war wounds? It was a joke, Sparrow-son. I'm pretty sure the inspector isn't that old. Well. Severine, what are you doing here? Settle down, JJ. Just like you, I was invited here by the inspector. What could he want with all three of us? It is hardly unusual for the lawyers and police of France to collaborate. The inspector probably has a big investigative role that requires all hands on deck. A big investigative role? Sounds juicy. Oh, by the by, did you hear what happened to Judge Romulus? No, what? He escaped from prison... Oh, before we could even try him. Rumor has it that the wolf bribed his jailkeeper and then fled for the hills. So he escaped justice. For now. But don't fret, nobody manages to escape the long arm of the law forever. Speaking of which... Finally! Ah, good, you're all here. Excuse me, Monsieur, Mr. Inspector Vollerty, sir. Falcon and I were wondering, did you get your injuries while defending the old Bastille prison? Don't drag me into this, you fool! I was joking! You impudent whelps, I'm not that old. I sustained these injuries when, in the July Revolution 18 years ago, I was a royal guard, just a lowly peon. The air was thick with gunpowder and blood. Oh great, now you've set him off. We were given the order to charge at the rebel barricade. My comrades and I fastened our bayonets. Suddenly, boom! Without warning, a gunpowder keg exploded. My comrades were dead, and I was heavily wounded. That's when I looked up and saw a looming figure standing between the gargoyles of Notre Dame. It was the Viridian Killer himself. Ahem. This is a fascinating story, Inspector, but perhaps you could tell us why we are here? Oh, right, of course. Why we are here. What I am about to tell you is to remain strictly confidential. You understand? It's a matter of national security. As you've probably heard, France is under a threat from a certain heinous group. Hipsters. Nice. Revolutionaries. Indeed, rebels. There's a storm brewing in the shadows of Paris. We, the Paris Police Department, have known about it for months. No, years. In every tavern and on every street corner, people talk of organizing protests and overthrowing the government. The king has ordered for public gatherings to be dispersed and newspapers to be censored, but the whispers of dissent remain. No surprise here. If you take away an angry citizen's ability to speak, they will just get even more angrier. Indeed, and that's why it's paramount that we find and strike at the heart of the rebel group as soon as possible. For that, I need your help. What exactly do you want us to do? Interview citizens, scout locations, find the secret rebel beating location that has escaped the eyes of the police. Do we have any leads? Just one. We know that the rebels are having weapons supplied to them by a crooked merchant who is only referred to as the Croquet Monsieur. Like the sandwich? What? The Croquet Monsieur. It's a hot sandwich. Cheese, ham, a little bechamel, throw on some peppers, and if it's a Friday night. This has nothing to do with sandwiches. Croquet Monsieur is the allies of an accomplished and notoriously dangerous arms dealer. In any case, that's everything the Parisians police know. Speaking of the sandwich, that sounds delicious. I wish I could have one of those now. That's everything? That's all you have to demonstrate after years of tracking? Yes. Naturally, as a public prosecutor, it is my duty to help the police with their investigative work. I would be honored to lend any and all assistance. Stuck up. That's very good to hear, Monsieur Cocorico. But what about you, Falcon? Well, to be honest, Inspector, I don't quite understand why you're asking me. I'm a private defense attorney. I work for citizens who get stuck in legal trouble. Rebel hunting isn't quite my forte. You want to know why I'm asking you? Look around you, Falcon. We are surrounded by corruption and incompetence. The judges are bloodthirsty wolves, the jailers are thieving ravens, and the National Guard are sitting ducks. Look at the slackers and dullards who supposedly protect and serve this country. Nobody cares about justice anymore. You saw my shameful display at the previous trials. Those are the results I produce with imbeciles to assist me. But you three, you care. Falcon, I saw you defending Dame Cataline and Prince Juan. I heard of your escapades around the city, frantically collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses. Frankly, you did more investigative work over the last month than I have seen any policeman do in a year. Not including myself, of course. But Dame Cataline, it doesn't matter. You have passion and conviction, and you aren't a total bird brain. By my book, that makes you a fantastic investigator, even if that's not in your job description. So what do you say? Do you want to sit around the office twiddling your thumbs until another pointless job offer falls in your laps? Or do you want to take this opportunity to do something great and to help us track down the animal who wishes to harm our glorious nation? Well, why not? It'll be an interesting story, at least. I would be honored to help my country, Inspector. Consider us on board. Excellent. Just what I wanted to hear. I had no idea you were such a patriot, JJ. There's nothing wrong with a little national pride. Yeah, pride is fine and all, but do we get any compensation for this? Of course. Here's 50 francs. You will receive another 50 upon the completion of your work. 50 francs? Pfft, we're being undersold. Hush, Sparrow son. This is a great opportunity. I don't want to keep you any longer than necessary. You already have all the key facts of the investigation. Find the elusive Croquet Monsieur. Find where the rebels are congregating. Those are your 2 tasks. I will check up on your progress in 3 weeks' time. See what you can accomplish by then. I'll be doing my own independent investigation into the rebel group, JJ. I suppose this is a competition of sorts. Try to keep up with me. Don't make me laugh, Severin. I'll have all the rebels' leaders behind bars before you even have your first suspect. Come on, Sparrow son. We have a Croquet Monsieur to hunt. Okay, let's go. I hope it has mustard on it. Hey, I knew a little competition would kick those bird brains into gear. Well, Inspector, this has been a productive meeting. I should probably start my investigation into the Croquet Monsieur too. Not so fast, Cocorico. There's something else we need to discuss. And so, I think with that, because I don't have much more time, I think we'll leave this episode here. So that's going to be interesting. We're actually hunting down a rebellion. Definitely wasn't expecting that when I started playing this game. Then again, it is France, so rebellion's kind of a common thing, I've noticed, in history. Well, I've been mentioned to in history anyway. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a comment if there's anything you liked, or if you have any suggestions for the future. Subscribe if you want to see any videos from the past, present, and soon-to-be future. And until next time, I hope you guys make it a great day, and I'll be seeing ya. Later.